Hi, I'm coming on because I had released a video and it was about suicide. My daughter had committed suicide, and so I released this video, and the video is is going to be put up. I'm going to link it with this one, but the video was talking about suicide and some of the things that goes on. Um, the spirit of suicide. But what I want to come on today is talk to you about living each day. Because have you ever felt like, you know, after tragedy, now what I do? Where do I go? Do I move on? Do I want to move on? And a lot of times when we lose someone, we don't want to move on. We don't want to leave that person behind, even though they're no longer there. And there are times where people, you might run into them and they'll say, well, you've been grieving for such and such amount of time, or you've been grieving for a month, you've been grieving for a year or 2 years, and they think that's enough time that you should stop. I mean, you have your time to grieve, but it's really hard because there is no time. There's no designated time that you can have to grieve. That's specifically for a grieving time, right? Because you still feel that pain and you still feel the loss. And yes, each day gets better. And so this video is about living each day. So how do you do that? How do you pick yourself up? How do you go on? How do you motivate yourself to do? And it's not just for those people who are grieving, who lost loved ones, but it's also for those people who don't know what to do, right? Life hits, something happens, you lose your job, or um, something major happens, sickness come in your life. Now what? What do? You live each day. What does that look like? Well, as a preschool teacher for about 20 years, I learned that with children, you have to tell them things one day at a time, right? You have to teach them things a little bit at a time. Because sometimes if you put so many things into their curriculum or you put so many things into their daily planning routine, is not easy to grasp. So this video is about living each day. And that might look different for you that it will for me. For me, it might be I'm living each day. Maybe today I'm going to go out and have ice cream cone. I don't know, right? Maybe today might be I'm going to write a journal, or I'm going to write a title to the book that I'm writing, or I'm going to write that chapter of the book, or it can be one day I'm just going to take a walk. I'm just going to go outside and breathe in the fresh air and just take a walk. So your today, living today, might be different than mine and different from anybody else. But I just want to quickly come on and say, live today. So get up, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, because you might say, well, I'm old, I don't know what to do, and I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't know where to go, where to start. How do I do that? And how you do that is by finding one thing that you really are passionate about or really love to do, and just start just one thing, just start it, just do it. And sometimes it's hard because I heard people always say, Vanessa, just start, just start, just start. And I'm like, start what? Like, I know what to do, but how do I start that? How do I do it? And my brother had wrote me something that says, just do it. And that's what you do. You just do it, whatever it is, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little bit. So with this video is to inspire you to get up. If you have lost a loved one, get up again. If you like to read, or you used to read before, just pick that book up. And even if you don't even have the strength to pick the book up, just at least allow yourself to go to the library. If there's a library around you, wherever you are, and just pick out a book. Or even if it's just for you to plan to go to a library, you might not even get a book, but even if it's just for you to plan to go, just write it in a journal or write it in your daily planner, or get a daily planner. Maybe you don't have one. Get a daily planner. I have a daily planner. Get a daily planner and write it in. And I got to be honest, sometimes when I write those things down in my daily planner, I don't accomplish all of them because I write too many things down. So make it easy for yourself to understand. Make it easy for yourself to just write down something that you're going to do. And that might be, like I said, just getting up and going outside. If you haven't been outside, if you're that grieving parent or that grieving aunt or uncle or grandmother or niece or aunt, whoever you are, if that's you, then find something that you used to do. If it was scrapbooking, then, get out a picture and just place one down on that book, or place it on the paper. So whatever it is, so I want to motivate those people who are grieving, but not just grieving, but those people who feel stuck. You hit 50 and it's like my kids are gone, my kids are out. Now what do I do? Where do I go? Because that can lead to depression, right? Your kids are gone or they're away and they're out and you're just by yourself now, you're all alone. There's nobody else with you you're having a hard time figuring out what are you going to do now? What's the next step? Maybe it's too late for me. I'm 50 years old or 60 years old. No, it's not. Or 40 years old. Nope, it's not. It's not too late. You have potential and there is still greatness in you and God can still use you, right? He can still use you. It doesn't matter. So what do you do? So that's what this whole video is about, is living each day. Live each day. Live each day, right? Live it like it was your last. Live it. Because we don't know when is our last day. I didn't know when my daughter's last day was. If I had known that, then I probably would have done something different. But I didn't know what was her last day. So live each day and make it memorable. Make it important. Make it significant. Make it something beautiful, right? Something beautiful. We have so many things that's going on in this world that's crazy and that's so bad and so wrong and so unfair. But there are other things in this world that's beautiful and wonderful and can bring joy. And that's what I want to do in your life, to bring you joy. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I am someone that I feel has been sent by God to encourage those people who are grieving and those people who feel like, now what, right? Now what do I do? How do I get myself up from here? How do I move on after a part of my heart is gone? What steps do I take? Where do I go from here? You live each day. That's it. Just one day at a time. You just live each day and you find something meaningful in that day and you just put down one thing you're going to do in that day, right? One thing that's special. It might be going to a store. You might like going to a store. It might be going to an art gallery. It might just be taking a picture. Pick up the camera and take a picture of something beautiful you see. It could be something simple as that. It don't have to be anything that causes you, to have money, but something that can get you up, right? Can get you up and moving and living again. So with that, I hope you guys are blessed and stay blessed and live each day because you are important. Bye-bye for now.